Hey, I'm Ross Bolton. I teach the funk guitar curriculum here at MI. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about playing funk in 7. You know, years ago I used to struggle with how to play over odd time signatures, and a drummer sat me down and explained a few things that changed the way I looked at it forever. Basically what he said to me was that any odd time signature, no matter how complex it is, can be broken down into groups of 2s and 3s and 4s, like little blocks that you can move around. So it really doesn't matter what the time signature is. It could be 7, 13, 33, whatever it is. If you break it down, you can kind of digest it and it makes more sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a common time signature, 7/8, and break it down into 3 groups. 2 groups of 2 and a group of 3. So it'll be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we're going to count 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, like that. On the guitar, we're just going to mute the strings and scratch 8th notes. And in the first figure, you'll see that we're going to have alternating 8th notes, but at the end of the bar, because there's an odd number of attacks, we're going to have to double up the downstroke at the end of the bar. So look for that. And one thing before we get started in the lesson is that all the examples we're going to count in 4, and then we're going to start playing in 7 when the music begins. Let's try it with a hi-hat. 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There you go. Now the next thing he mentioned to me was, if the tempo is appropriate, it's a good idea to subdivide even further, and if you're scratching 16th notes at that same tempo in 7, you won't have to interrupt your strumming pattern. You can just keep it the same. So let's try this same thing, muted strings, and scratch 16th notes through the bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Right? So you can just keep your hand pumping away on the 16ths and it doesn't feel so awkward. Now the next thing, and this was a big revelation for me, was this group of 3, which is generally what makes any odd bar feel odd. If you break that in half, once you're doing 16th notes and you split that in half, it tends to even out the flow and make the groove feel a little bit more natural, even though you're playing an odd time. So for this next example, we're going to play an E9 chord, right there in the 7th position. And we're going to have 4 attacks in the bar now rather than 3. And this example has a swing feel to it, like that. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Right? So now the groove starts to feel a little bit more familiar, even though you're playing an odd time. Okay, so what we're going to do now is take that exact pattern and add a couple little guitaristic elements to it to make it feel more like a real guitar part. In this case, we're going to add the 13 to that 9 chord, the C sharp up on top, and it's going to give it kind of a James Brown vibe. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So now next, instead of the 13 chord, we're going to slide from E flat to E, just 1 fret, half-step slide, kind of a stock funk groove staple, and it's exactly the same time, same feel, everything, just a little bit of variation on what we did. 2, 3, 4. Great, so now we're going to take those 2 patterns and we're going to combine them. Actually, we're going to alternate them 4 times each for a total of 8 bars. Now, the one thing that's going to change is that for each of these patterns, we're going to drop the downbeat. And when you're playing odd meters sometimes, that's kind of a cool device because you don't always want to mark the downbeat and give it away. So We're going to play those two patterns, drop the downbeat, and the tempo's going to go up a little bit, like 10 clicks. Here we go. There you are. You're on your way. Thanks. See you next time.